Hello, and welcome to another edition of Chill with Kaiju Kim. I'm Kaiju Kim. Hope you're all doing well on this lovely afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. Long time no see. It has been a hot minute. I haven't done anything on this channel for like 3 months. Oh my gosh. We are in April already. We are a quarter into 2024, and I have accomplished nothing. Well, nothing worth mentioning here, anyway. Can't really say I have a lot going on because I don't, which is why I'm calling this a non-update. Let's get some music going on real quick. Let's see. Let's do. There we go. That's what we like. Nice little background music. I like to have some background music. Yeah. Don't have a lot going on in my life, which is why I'm calling this a non-update. I have my reasons for not doing anything on this channel for like 3 months, almost 4 months. But I'll get into all that. But first, let's see who we have in the chat here tonight. We got Kaiju Nerd 05. Welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight. And Conway, yay! Hello. Thank you for joining me. MJR Creative Films. Hello, hello. Welcome. Let's see. Godzilla Cartoon Sci-Fi Horror Fan 2K. Hello. Carl Mountain, hello, hello. Deli Ortega, April is my birthday month. Mine too. Yay. And Valerie, what's going on? And we also have Gojira from the Black Abyss. Alrighty. How's everyone doing tonight? Did you guys see the movie yet? How many of you have seen the movie? So, before we get into the movie, hello, Acno. Before we get into the movie, like I said, I'm gonna, explain briefly why I have been gone for so long. And then we're gonna do some non-spoiler discussion of the movie, then we'll move into spoilers. But first, here is my non-update. Why haven't I been making videos or doing live streams as of late? I'm sure some of you are mildly curious. Quite honestly, the main reason for it is my poor mental health. Yeah, I've been struggling with depression. And when you're struggling with depression, you lose interest in things that you used to like doing. And in my case, it's creating content. I'm doing a little better now. I've been taking steps to take care of myself and all that good stuff. Always, if you're struggling with anything mental health related, please seek help. Please don't do it alone. You're not alone. You can always reach out to somebody. Just remember that. PSA. Say hi to a couple more people. Doomzilla, what's going on? Hello, my friend. And we also have Brendan of Autistic Lizard Productions. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Where was I? Yeah, so the fire that I had for this channel just kind of fizzled out because, my mental health was kind of going down the drain. It was not a good time for anybody. Yeah, a huge contributing factor to that is haven't had a steady job in over like a year and a half. Like, I've been freelancing, so that's been helping out a little bit, but clients have been so few and far in between, not enough to pay the bills every month. And that also contributes to the crappy mental health. Applied to multiple jobs, haven't gotten even so much as an interview. It's frustrating, but on the plus side, I am going back to school in September, so that will not only open up some networking opportunities for me down the road, but it will also get me out of my apartment and keep me busy. So at least I have that going for me. As for this channel and creating content, nothing is changing. Haven't really kept up with a schedule for the past year. I just kind of make stuff when I feel like it. Yeah, that's just how I roll these days. Just do whatever I want whenever I want. And I do appreciate those of you who have stayed subscribed this whole time, even though I haven't really been doing much. But yeah, I'll I can't say I'll be making more content. I'm not gonna make any promises, but I would like to streams like this maybe more often. I'm doing a solo stream tonight. We're gonna try that out. I don't usually do solo streams. I usually have my buddies joining me, and maybe we'll see how the night goes if I feel like bringing them in and if they're available. We'll see, but for now, it's just me. You're just gonna have to deal with me for the next 45 minutes or so. Okay, great. All right. On that note, as you are well aware, we have a new Godzilla movie to talk about. Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire. So, like I said, I'm going to give you my spoiler-free thoughts first, just in case there's those of you watching who have not had a chance to see it yet, just in case, Then I'm going to dive into spoilers. Please be respectful and mindful of people who have not seen the film yet. I will give you guys a heads up when I'm going to start my spoiler discussion. Cool? Cool. All right, here we go. So, I went into The New Empire not expecting much, very little expectations. I was expecting it to be very much like GVK, with the story focusing mainly on Kong, and I was looking for a decent monster action and an okay human story. And I was not expecting this to be -1. if you go into this film expecting -1, you would be very disappointed. Okay. I, however, was not disappointed. I got exactly what I was hoping for, and I had a good time. There were a few moments that got a chuckle out of me. One moment in particular involving Kong cracked me up. I'll tell you what it is later. But there were some things that happened that kept me engaged. That's one thing that I think this film was good at for me. It kept me engaged. I wasn't bored at any point, not even by the human characters. I actually liked the human characters overall. I like what they did with Gia and what's her name? Eileen? Is Eileen? Eileen, I think it was Eileen. Yeah, we saw a little development in their relationship, and then there was Bernie, who was Bernie. How do you guys feel about Bernie? I don't know how you guys feel about him, but I didn't mind him too much. And same with the vet dude, Trapper. He was fine. Yes, Eileen. Thank you. I wasn't sure. I got the names mixed up. Let's see. Oh, Godzilla was in this movie too. How about that? Yes, he did stuff that was relevant to the plot. Yeah. I saw some people comparing this film to Godzilla versus Megalon, which is funny because before I went to go see this movie on Thursday, I had watched Godzilla versus Megalon earlier in the day with my niece and nephew, so it was very fitting. I can see how this film compares with that one. It's not quite as over the top as Megalon, but there are some similarities in terms of how the story plays out and the amount of screen time Godzilla gets. And if you know me, you know I love Godzilla versus Megalon, so GXK, The New Empire, was a nice little treat for me. Ooh, Monster Report. Hello, how are you, Nick? Good to see you. Welcome. Valerie says, Birdie is cool. I didn't really like him in GVK, but liked him more in GXK. Okay, fair assessment. Let's see. Yeah, GXK is like a less insane Godzilla versus Megalon. Exactly. I agree. Very good. Brandon Golette says, sorry if I mispronounced your name, more monster action in the movie than I expected. My 10-year-old loved it as much as I did. That's awesome. You disliked the movie? Okay. That's fine. If you wouldn't mind caring to share what you disliked about it, I would like to know. Let's see. What does Doomzilla say? I will say this, like I said before, this film is the most Showa of the MonsterVerse. Absolutely. 100%. I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much, quite honestly. As more specifically, like late Showa era, like Godzilla versus Megalon. And like I said, I love that film, so this film was fun for me. Bernie isn't really doing it for me. I really like Brian Chihani as an actor, but they're trying so hard to make that character funny, and he just isn't to me. That's fair. I did feel like they were trying a little too hard to make him a little funny, but he still made me chuckle here and there. But that's just me. I'm ridiculously easy to please. I'm easily amused. Let's see. I don't have too many complaints about this film. Like I just said, I'm ridiculously easy to please. If I were to nitpick, I would say I do wish we could have gotten a few more minutes with Godzilla, like just a few more minutes. Like, I know this is supposed to be Kong's story, but I think they could have maybe possibly thrown in like one more Godzilla scene in there. Just, again, I'm nitpicking because I love me some Godzilla. And I want to see him in action as much as possible. Another mild criticism I have for the film is the pacing maybe could have been a little better. They could have introduced a particular character a little sooner into the film in order to have more impact later on. Excuse me. Yeah, that could have been done better. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the movie ended kind of quickly. Did anyone else feel that way? Like, as soon as the credits rolled, I turned to my husband and I was like, did that feel short to you? Because we got there, so the screening was for 8 p.m. And when the credits started rolling, it was around 10:15. And there were obviously trailers and stuff beforehand, and I feel like it was a short film. Did anyone else feel that way? I mean, it's not really a complaint, but it's more of an observation, but was it shorter than GVK? I feel like it was shorter than GVK, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I do feel like it ended super quickly. Yeah. What's everyone else say? Let's see. Let's go back up here and see if I missed a couple of things. Acno says, I thought it was average at best, 5 out of 10. Okay. That's a fair rating, I would say. Let's see. I felt the movie had an excess amount of humor, lacking intensity, charm, or depth. Okay. Fair. That's fair. Valerie says, yes, the ending seemed rushed. See, I'm not the only one. Let's see. What does Doomzilla say? The most harshest criticism I can give for this film, the soundtrack sucks. Sorry, but Junkie XL is the wrong choice, and it clearly shows he's doing it for the money. Yeah, the soundtrack wasn't all that memorable. It felt like a rehash of GBK, to be quite honest. GXK is longer, really? Really? Didn't feel longer. I'll take your word for it. My 1-year-old daughter is actively growling at your Godzilla figures. Aw. How cute. I don't have any kids, but I do have a niece and nephew. They like to play with my toys every time they come over. Let's see. Longer by 1 minute, says Valerie. Yes. Okay. So let's talk rankings. Feel free to share your rankings of the MonsterVerse films in the chat. Let's see, how would I rank all 5 MonsterVerse films? Let's see. My ranking might be a little controversial, or at least unpopular. So, my number one MonsterVerse film is King of the Monsters. That one is my favorite. Number two, I'm gonna give The New Empire a slight edge, an ever so slight edge over GVK, because I feel like it did more to expand the universe and the lore, and it did something slightly new and different in that regard. Then after that, GVK, right behind it, Kong Skull Island, then Godzilla 2014. That's my ranking. Once again, feel free to share your rankings. Let's see what we got here. GXK, GVK. Oh, okay. Very good, very good. Skull Island, okay. Let's not forget Junkie XL Dist. If he did not. When did that happen? Rude. How dare he? That's not cool. Ugh. Anyway. Let's see. Top to bottom for me. King of the Monsters, Skull Island, 2014, GVK, GXK. Okay. Good ranking, good ranking. Oh, we got a question. What was your favorite new monster that wasn't Scar, Shimo, or Suko? I guess that just leaves that other monster that shows up, which, by the way, we're getting into spoilers now, so if anyone's watching that has not seen the film and you do not want to be spoiled, now is the time to exit, because I will be discussing spoilers at this time. Alright, so my favorite new monster that wasn't Scar, Shimo, or Suko, I guess that would leave Tiamat. I would say Tiamat would be my favorite, because she is a underwater dragon, and underwater dragons are cool. Dragons are cool in general. I love all MonsterVerse films equally. They're phenomenal. I rewatched the previous ones in anticipation of this film. Yes, very good. Junkie XL also said he wants to work with AI music. What? What is wrong with this man? Ugh. Yeah, very good. Very good. I liked the dog like monsters that chase Kong. Oh, those guys. Yeah. What were they called? Do we have a name for those guys? I don't know. Anyway. I think Doug made a cameo too, didn't he? Early in the film. And you post your ranking too. Where's your oh, here it is. Let's see. King of the Monsters, 14, GVK, GXK, Monarch. Oh, you're including the series. Okay, cool. Yeah, the Skull Island anime is all the way at the end. Yeah, I would have to agree with that, actually. Let's see. Alrighty. Excellent. So, what else can we talk about? Did anyone feel bad for Shimo? I felt so bad for Shimo. Like when it was revealed that Scar King is controlling her with the little crystal thingy, and you can see she's clearly in pain and doesn't want to be doing what he's making her do, and I'm like, oh, poor Shimo. Like, even in the final battle scene, when Godzilla was fighting her for a little bit, I was like, no, she doesn't mean to be evil. Don't kill her. Please don't kill her. I was really hoping she wouldn't die, and thank goodness she did not die. So, she got free from Scar King's control. She survived. Awesome. We're good. You know who else didn't die? Mothra. Yeah, good old Mothra's in this one to restore balance to the Force or whatever. But yeah, I like what they did with Mothra. I like how they connected her with the people of Skull Island, the Iwi, Iwis, Iwi people. She's like the peacemaker. Let's see. I hate Scar King even more than I already hated him. Yes, he's mean. He's a mean monkey. Oh no, I felt bad for the monsters Godzilla killed. Scylla and Tiamat. Yeah, they kind of got decimated. Yeah. What was I saying? Mothra. She's the peacemaker. Yes, that's where I was. Okay. Someone pointed out that there was kind of a throwback to Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, when Mothra tries to get, like in the three-headed monster, when Mothra tries to get Godzilla and Rodan to stop fighting so they can go fight this other guy that's acted a fool. And here in this film, she gets Godzilla and Kong to stop fighting, and she does it in a very similar manner too. Like, she shoots Godzilla with her web, and she's like, "Hey, knock it off. We gotta go deal with this guy." And then after that, Godzilla's like, "All right, fine, I'll do it." So I liked that. Another throwback. Going back to this film being compared to Godzilla versus Megalon, a little bit before the scene I just mentioned. So when they're all in the Hollow Earth, and it's established that, Scar King wants to come up to the surface or whatever, and right after Kong gets his new arm gauntlet thingy, Gia signs to him, "We need help," and then Kong goes to get Godzilla. I immediately thought of the kid in Megalon being like, "We need to send Jet Jaguar to go get Godzilla." And see, every time I watch Megalon and the inventor sends Jet Jaguar to go get Godzilla, I always get a little giddy inside. Like, yay, Godzilla's gonna help save the day, yay! I got that same exact feeling when Kong goes to get Godzilla. It's just one of those moments that makes the movie just a little bit more enjoyable for me. Yeah. What small moments in this film made the film more enjoyable for you? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let's see. I think Shima looked to Godzilla for approval to exact her revenge, and he roared in approval. Yeah, I think that did happen. Kind of sad they didn't do the whole hatching lava imago form thing. Wish they did that. Yeah, they could have done that. I feel like I might have slowed the film down just a little bit. I feel like if they did that. Let's see, what else? Disappointed there were no skull crawlers. That's fair. I mean, yeah, we got like one skull crawler in GVK, and no skull crawlers here. Yeah, we could have seen those. We could have used the skull crawlers instead of maybe the, what's it called? Those dog things at the beginning. Godzilla pulled a wrestling move on Kong that made me laugh. There were some funny moments in this film with the monsters. It was great. This was such a fun film. And Kong using Zuko as a weapon, that was also funny. Oh my gosh. I was going to mention this later, but there's also this moment when Kong is in Scar King's lair and with all the other Kongs, and just one of the apes just gets all up in his face trying to be all intimidating. Kong just punches him in the face. When that happened, I cackled. It was so hilarious. The sound effect and everything was just perfect. I loved it. Oh my gosh. Zuko deserves the award for most durable monster. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he is pretty durable. He's a little turd, though. But he redeems himself at the end, so it's okay. Let's see. Looking at my notes here, don't mind me. Like I said, it's been like 3 months. Yeah. Let's see. What else can we talk about? How do we feel about the final battle? It starts off in the Hollow Earth, and it finishes off on the surface. So the zero gravity fight in the Hollow Earth was really fun to watch. I mean, the entire battle was fun to watch. Although I feel like it could have had a little bit more impact if we were introduced to Scar King maybe a little earlier in the film, maybe establish him sooner. And I also would have liked him if he was a bit more intimidating. I feel like this might be an unpopular opinion. We see that he's mean. He's like a really mean bully with the way he treats the other apes and with what he does to Shimo. He's mean. He's a really mean bully. But the thing is, he gets Shimo to do most of his dirty work for him. Like, I don't know, maybe I have to watch the movie again, but this didn't really feel like that much of a threat. Like, Ghidorah and King of the Monsters felt like more of a threat than Scar King. Like, did I miss something? Does anyone else feel the same way? Like, Doomzilla feels the same way. No offense, Lanky Kong is the pushover in this film. Kong reversed Uno on him the first time, and Godzilla had little trouble. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It did not take that much at all to get rid of Scar King. Like, it was easy. That's why I think that's one of the reasons why I felt like the film kind of ended really quickly, because the final battle ended really quickly once he lost control of Shimo. So it didn't really have much weight, in my opinion. Went too fast, but I really loved seeing Godzilla fly again, proving that Bono is still a GOAT. Yes, very good. Felt the final fight was a bit too short and rushed, chaotic at times. Yes, I absolutely agree. 100%. But yeah, like I said, Scar King's not that much of a threat. Like, yeah, I mean, him coming to the surface might have been bad for the humans because he's mean. But, like, that's all there is to him. He's just kind of mean. But he gets taken care of very easily once he loses control of Shimo. But overall, this film was a good time. Not perfect by any means. There were some things that could have been done a little better, and some huge like coincidences that didn't quite add up. Like how Kong got his arm gauntlet thingy, and how Trapper, the vet guy, was able to just go back to the outpost thing and bring it back, even though, like, how did he know how to fly the heave when the pilot got eaten by a tree? So how did he get there, and how did it just so happens to be like available is just, oh, what do you know? Yeah, just things like that could have been done a little better, but it didn't really ruin the movie for me. So, like I said, again, I'm ridiculously easy to please when it comes to these movies. Just put Godzilla on a big screen and I'm usually pretty happy. Let's see. With the movie, I felt like at one point I missed something when going to the restroom, but the thing is, I didn't go to the restroom. Wow. Yeah. Also, amusingly, Godzilla overgrinded for nothing. He really did. Like, he got all juiced up and absorbed all this radiation, and he barely needed to use it. New film title: Kong the New Empire, featuring the King of the Pink. I liked pink Godzilla. Pink is my favorite color, so I didn't mind the pink stuff. Was expecting more Legacy of Monster tie-ins. I was kind of hoping for that too. I was hoping maybe they would, squeeze something in here like, oh, that's from Legacy of Monsters. But no, that did not happen. Not to mention that they just happened to have Kong's Power Glove in the same location it was trashed. Yeah, how about that? Just coincidences all over the place. Who do you think Ghidorah Stan 64 is? Good question. It's me. I'm Ghidorah Stan 64. No. Let's see. Upset with the pink, but the movie explained it, so wasn't bad. Very good. Very good. But yeah, this film was fantastic. It was a fun ride. Like I said, I went into it not expecting a whole lot. They undermined Ghidorah in this film in the form of an internet troll name. Yeah, that's a little disrespectful, but it's fine. Yeah, I had such a good time with this film. Again, I wasn't expecting -1, and I wasn't expecting much, but it was fine. So happy for the designer of the new Godzilla. He's really living the fans' dream. Yes, he is. I would love to work on a Godzilla movie someday. That would be awesome. That's like my dream. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but we'll see. Could happen. So I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant regarding the fandom. It's just a small mini rant. I really wish the fandom had the same attitude of just being like, yeah, just put Godzilla on a screen and I'll be happy. Yay, Godzilla. Because they get so mad at everything. They're mad that Godzilla's pink, and they're mad that Godzilla runs like a human. Okay, all right, fine. It's new, it's different, and it's not what you're used to. Okay, I can understand maybe being a little taken aback by it. But why are you letting it get you so angry? It's not healthy to get so angry over something that is ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, insignificant. Like, you're raising your blood pressure over a fictional film that contains a giant radioactive lizard that scientifically could not exist in real life. Also, I get the feeling that, they're going into this film expecting it to be like -1. Okay. It's not -1. It was never meant to be like -1. It was established from the first trailer that it was not going to be like -1. You went into this knowing it's going to be a little over the top and a little goofy. And if that's not the kind of film you're into, that's perfectly fine. All you have to do is not watch it. Okay? Just no need to get so upset. I promise you, it's going to be okay. You can sit this one out. It's fine. See, that's a problem I think a lot of people have. Like, they go into a film expecting one thing. They look for something that clearly isn't there and was never meant to be there. And then when they don't get what they want, or they don't get what they're looking for, or what they're expecting, they get disappointed. I think we need to learn, we as a people, we as a human race, need to learn how to temper our expectations when it comes to films. Not just Godzilla and kaiju films, but films in general. There's a time and place for super serious, grounded films that tell a strong story and has a strong message and gives you something to think about. There's also a time and place for super silly, over the top, there's no way that can happen in real life films. And there's also a time and place for films that fall in between the two. Kind of silly, but it has something to say if you look deep enough and if you know where to look. So we need to get better at, using our judgment when it comes to figuring out what kind of film we're getting into and either raise or lower our expectations accordingly. That way, we're less likely to be disappointed. I mean, that being said, it is possible to have low expectations and still be disappointed, but that's just life. Sometimes disappointments happen and you just have to be like, oh well, and move on. You gotta have the attitude like, okay, this wasn't for me. I didn't like this. And then go find something that you do like. Instead of getting angry and raising your blood pressure for no good reason. It's not doing anyone any favors. It's better for your health to just chill. Like me. Ay vey. Blue Ravenfire, awesome name. Yes, I hate the fans that nitpick and everything. Just enjoy the Godzilla movies we get. Exactly. Comparing -1 to this is absolutely pointless. It's apples and oranges. It clearly shows that even they don't know what they want. Exactly. Let's see. GS Tiger says, I was pretty mixed on GXK, but I'm genuinely glad it exists. I'm glad it's creating new fans. I'm glad it's a shot in the arm for the theater industry. Very good. All right, he goes on to say, one of the things that's really special about the Godzilla franchise is how diverse it is in its tones. I can't think of another franchise that has this kind of range. Worth celebrating. Amen. Yes. Goofy monster fights is okay, but not the goofy humans. I'm fine if Godzilla movies stopped. Okay? That's fine. You are more than welcome to have that opinion, good sir or madam. I don't know. I don't want to assume your gender. But yeah, oof. People gotta calm down. What is the problem with saying GXK is targeted at kids? Didn't almost all of us become Godzilla fans when we were kids? Excellent point. Excellent point. Like, pretty much everyone that I have met in this community was a Godzilla fan when they were kids. I was a Godzilla fan when I was a kid. My niece and nephew are budding Godzilla fans, kind of. So, like, what's the problem with it, being towards kids? Kids are allowed to enjoy stuff too. And also, even when you're an adult, you're allowed to enjoy stuff that is meant for kids. If that's what you're into, that's fine. If that's not what you're into, also fine. People, they try so hard to be all grown up, like, oh, it's gonna have blood and gore and guts and boobs in order for it to be good. No, we don't need that. At least not in my opinion. We don't need that. Robert Montserrat, hello, sir. It's hard to make me not like a Godzilla movie. There are ones I may not like as much, but I don't spend all my time getting mad about them. And that is a good way to live, good sir. Like, imagine how much energy it takes to get so angry whenever something different happens in the franchise. Excuse me. People need to chill, man. Pretty much, I freaking love Godzilla growing up. I love Godzilla when he's serious, goofy, fun, being a badass. I love all Godzilla. Yes, me too. Good point. I can imagine kids seeing this movie and becoming Godzilla fans themselves. Yes, absolutely. We want to grow the fandom. And the way to grow the fandom is showing these films to kids. Yes. D Duval 59 says my two favorite Godzilla movies were Godzilla vs. Godzilla 74 and Godzilla 1985. One can't be show movie, one serious and scary movie. I loved Godzilla no matter what. That's awesome. I'm the same way. Like, one of my favorite Godzilla movies is Godzilla vs. Megalon, but I also love Gojira. You can love both. Believe it or not, folks, you can enjoy both. Gotta love it. Whew. Alrighty, how are we doing? All right. I think I've bored you guys long enough. I think I've said all I needed to say. I'm gonna go, but I had an awesome time talking with you guys. It's been a while. I should do this more often. Do you like these kinds of streams? Usually I have, more people on here, but if you like these solo streams, maybe I'll do them more often. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Hopefully I'll be back sooner than 3 months from now. You guys take care. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you had a good time here tonight by leaving a like or a comment or whatever. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.